kind of leads me to that whole idea when we're talking about training and things, and we were talking about this, is the need to think long game in whatever you're training. And not be thinking, okay, well, I'm a footballer, so I've just got to do quick foot action exercises. Correct. And I'm a footballer, so I just got to do, sprints because I'm going to be, if I'm the striker or, if I'm defense, I've got to make sure that I can run quick. And so I'm just going to do, quick things. It's like, no, you still got upper body. Yeah, but I don't touch the ball with my upper body. Why would I need to do it? And it's really thinking about the complete package and mixing things up so that your body doesn't get used to, well, I'm only doing running and I'm not going to do any weights and I'm not going to do any body weight exercises, and why do I need to do push-ups or sit-ups or mountain climbers or burpees? It's like, no. You need to think variety. And I think sometimes we forget about this.
Yeah, definitely. And in terms of running faster, it's all about developing force. Yeah. The stronger you are, the more force you've got to produce to be able to run faster. Right. So the quicker you are, the obviously the advantage you're going to get from it. The stronger you are, the easier the golf shot is, the harder you can hit the ball. Right. It's as simple as that. It is variety and changing things and not becoming set in your training.
And our bodies remember everything too. Yes. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Yes. Like they just get used to it, and you'll see it if you only do spinning classes, let's say, and which is fine. Spinning's got some variety in it, but if you're just your body knows when you're hitting. If you're doing a full class, when you're hitting the 38-minute mark, and you've gone through so many speed cycles and this and that, and you're doing up and you're doing a sprint and you're standing up and sprinting. Your body knows, okay, we've only got about 6 minutes left because you've done the same workout or the same timing over and over again in the same formula, different song, maybe different activities, but it's
same volume of time, same cadence in a minute, and
your body knows, and it's
it starts to get to the end, and then when correct, and then I had the conversation with someone the other day, and it was talking about. She says to me, I'm doing the same thing day in, day out, and it's become easy.
Is this Dr. Jenny you were talking?
No, it was not Dr. Jenny.
Because I was going to say, she outed you on Insta saying, I go to Kev just to get a little bit of training in, and he hurts me.
Yeah, she called me out on there. So it was another lady, and she just spoke about she does the same thing day in, day out. And I said, okay. She said, is that bad for me? I said, no, it's not bad for you. You're still, she goes 6 times a week. She goes 40 minutes or 30 minutes, 40 minutes in there. She does 15 minutes on the treadmill. She does the rest of it doing weights. Okay. I said, no.
On the machines?
On the machines. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I said, it's not going to be hard. It's not bad for you. But what you've got to remember is that your body adapts to every stimulus placed on it.
Right.
So, as you said then, at 38 minutes, it knows in the spinning class that I'm coming to the end of my muscles that are unconditioned to work 45 minutes. Yeah. And then it's okay, well, I have to change. I just said to her, variety is what you need in your workout. So if you're doing, she says, I'll do 15 reps, 20 reps or whatever it may be on an exercise. So it's quite high reps, quite low load in the load that she's lifting. Yeah. So she's doing the same thing. She says, and I just feel the same every day in, day out. I said, you need progressive overload. You need to be you either need to change. After, I would say, keep it the same program for 6 weeks. Then you may want to change, and week to week you're increasing the weight, or you're increasing the sets, or you're reducing the recovery time. And then after 6 weeks, your body then needs new exercises placed on it. Yeah. So in terms of, she was on 20 reps. I said, well, why don't you go heavier? Because you're in the muscular endurance area there. So why don't you go heavier and just increase the load? But then that counteracts with, you need to increase the recovery time in between, so you're ready to lift the weight. Then it becomes, so then it's more hypertrophy, which is more like a muscle development, like lean muscle. But she said, I'm not going to get too big, am I? I said,
everyone's scared of that, right?
I said, if it was that easy, then I'd be henches anything sat to you, wouldn't I? Sat to you. If it was that easy, I said, don't worry about, you'll develop lean muscle, but it won't be that you'll look big for it. It'll just more densify the muscle in around the area, and it'll battle against, it'll change, it'll reduce the fat and build the muscle, but in a denser way, so you look better. But I said in order to grow, and you need to be consuming a lot of protein per day, and it's all nutrition which grows the body, coinciding with lifting heavy weights. So I said, don't worry about that. So go heavier, hypertrophy range 10 to 12, but then the recovery time is increased 60 seconds, 90 seconds, anywhere in between that. And hypertrophy, what I mean is 10 to 12 reps around that range. And a good way of looking at it in a layman's terms is like, just think, I'm getting to 10, 11 reps on a scale of 1 to 10, 8, 9, 10. You know you're exerting at them levels, not at 3 and 4, because then you're not really going to get the results of in that desired rep range and the outcomes that you're looking for. Then you may stay in that zone, you may stay in that rep range for 6 weeks. So you've gone from 15 plus, then you go into a phase of hypertrophy, 10 to 12 reps. Then the next phase in 6 weeks might become a general strength, 6 to 8 reps. And then it becomes recovery time needs to be longer. The load needs to go up. So over 75% of your 1 rep max, which is in the basic terms, just keep going heavier, and 8, 9, 10 is your exertion levels in there. You do another 6 weeks block, then it becomes into max strength, and then you go 4 to 6 reps. You're having 3, 4, 5 minute recoveries in between your heavy lifts, which could be a squat, a lunge. And then you still have your assistance exercises where you're doing 10, 12 reps, which are going to help with their main exercises. But you've got then a phase of max strength where the focus is on max strength. And then the next phase goes into power, where it's like 1 to 3 reps, 3 to 5, and then you convert the strength into power. Developing the force to be produced as quick as possible. And then that's a nice systematic way of going through the phases.
So you need a trainer though. You could do this yourself.
At KFitz training, that's a big
at KFitz training, at FITZ training, KFitz training. But seriously, you want, look, you can do this yourself. Anyone can do this. You can do it on a piece of paper. But it makes a lot of sense to have that trainer who's working with you in those blocks and tweaking it. I mean, it's the tweak that you're going to help me with, or help your clients with, to say, okay, we're ready now.
And what you're seeing is you've got that overall program, but then it's broken down into like micro cycles. So it's like, okay, week 1, we're at 3 sets. Week 2, 4 sets. Week 5, we keep at 4 sets, but we increase the load. Week 6, unload, deload. You've had a big, stressful, heavy, free loading weeks. We're going to unload you. Your fatigue levels drop. You're ready for your next block program at a higher level of performance, and also ready because it's going to be the intensity will go up again, and maybe the volume as well. So that's where the trainer comes in and helps him. But you could always stay in a hypertrophy range, which is 10 to 12 reps. But again, it becomes the variety and changing and overloading it and adapting the workouts day to day, week to week, and constantly changing things. I wouldn't say change the exercises, because if you keep changing the exercises, you won't get the outcomes that you're trying to achieve. So I would say maybe
keep the group.
Keep the group, manipulate the reps, manipulate the volume, manipulate the sets.
So there's a lot of things you can change up so you don't get bored while doing the same things.
The lady I spoke to, when I told her, why didn't you do this and this? And she was like, she was like, oh, I can't wait to go tomorrow now. Because she'd got into a rut of doing the same thing day out. And
you walk into that gym, you walk into there and say, okay, I'm just going to do the same thing.
And it's boredom then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, number 1, it's not going to affect the doing the same thing day in, day out. It will keep it healthy, it will keep it active, which is great. But in terms of progression, this is what I said to her, you need to change things. You need to make it progressively a little bit harder, a little bit more difficult in how you do it. It could be do this, as we just mentioned. And she was like, whoa, a new lease of life, sort of, like you could see it in it, like, okay, I can't wait to go tomorrow. so just little tweaks is definitely, don't just stagnate your training, don't do the same thing week in, week out. If you want to progress, you need to change your training.
There we go.
after a set period of block of training, and try and keep the same exercises day to day, or week to week, try and progressively overload, whether that's the weight, the sets, or the recovery time could be reduced. All that.
There we go. And that's it. That's success according to Kev Fitzsimmons.
Yes.
At KFitz with a Z training. It's that simple.
It's that simple.